Hey guys, I'm so excited to show you the new Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I got it last week, but I wanted to use it for a few times before giving my opinion. The Soft Glam palette has the same packaging as all other ABH palettes, so it comes in a box, and inside the box is this beautiful palette with soft velvety covers. And inside you get, whoops, I lost the brush. Inside you get 14 shades, some are shimmery and some are matte. You even get a mirror and the brush that I just lost. This one is actually supposed to be quite good. I know that some people love it very much, but I have never used it before. When this palette was first announced, I was actually quite disappointed. It looked like another boring neutral palette, and it was way too similar to the modern Renaissance palette, which I already have. The Soft Glam palette actually has 3 shades that are already in the modern Renaissance palette, so let's just check them side by side to see how similar they really are. The 3 shades that are marked in the picture are the same in both palettes, but those are the shades that I used most often, and I actually don't mind having duplicates of them because I will go through them the quickest. Once I got over the initial disappointment that Anastasia Beverly Hills is releasing another neutrals palette, I actually noticed that these colors go really well together, and I started to understand why they included those 3 duplicates as well, because they really go well with the whole color scheme of this palette. I actually appreciate that they put duplicates in instead of just naming the shades differently and claim they're different when they're actually not. Even though some of you may not be that excited for this release, I think it could still be a great palette for so many people. For example, for beginners when they're looking for their first basic palette, because I think this one is really great and it has all the colors that you could need in a basic palette. Or for those of you who wanted the modern Renaissance palette but didn't like those reddish pinkish kind of shades. Or for wedding makeup artists, I think this palette would be stunning for soft wedding looks. This palette is also good for collectors and makeup enthusiasts like me. I just wanted to have another Anastasia Beverly Hills palette in my collection because I really love the quality of them, and I really don't mind having another neutrals palette in my collection because I use these shades the most. I also like this palette because I can create dark looks with it, which I can't really with the modern Renaissance palette because it doesn't have any dark shimmery shade, and this one does. It's called Sultry and it's beautiful all over the lid. And it also has a very nice black shade over here to deepen any of my looks. Let's check the swatches now. All the shades in here are very pigmented, they feel creamy and they blend beautifully. The first shade that I would like to point out is this beautiful black that I mentioned before. Like all the other shades, it's pigmented and it blends nicely, which is very rare for a black shade. This palette has 2 more shades that feel special to me. The first one is Sultry, which I already mentioned before, is the dark rosy one, and another one is Bronze, which is duochromatic. It's sort of goldeny brown. So these were the beautiful shades that you get in this palette. Like I said, they're all very pigmented, they feel creamy and they blend beautifully. They also don't have much of a fallout. The shimmery shades do have a bit, but it's not too bad. I'm sure some of you are wondering about Nika because there was so much controversy about the Subculture palette, but this one is way more similar to the modern Renaissance palette when it comes to that. It is a bit more on the powdery side like all Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows, but it's not too bad. So I can show you how it works. This shade is the most powdery and as you can see it's not too bad. Now let me show you how this palette works in action. That's why I included a short tutorial in this video, and I wanted to use a few more shades in this demo so you can really see how they work. This palette works really well, as you could see from this tutorial, and if you would like to see more looks with it, you can check my Instagram, which is linked down below. And also, if you have any more questions, you can leave them down in the comment section, and please like this video and consider subscribing so we can see each other next time. Bye! I got it last week, but I wanted to use it for a few times before giving you my opinion.